And welcome back to Red Card. I'm your host, Anthony Totero. And once again, what a jam-packed show we've got for you tonight. But right now, we're going to the city of brotherly love to talk with a young defender on the rise who's logged a ton of minutes and played a lot of games, Ray Gaddis of the Philadelphia Union. Raymond, welcome to Red Card, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you on. Let's talk about your durability and the way you've played for the Philadelphia Union, Raymond. Obviously, it doesn't stop when your season finished last year. You must have had a real strenuous workout regimen day in and day out, because to me, you're in there for a ton of games straight. You play a ton of minutes. What do you attribute it to?
In the off season, after the season's over, I normally go back to my alma mater, West Virginia University, and they have a tremendous sports facility there, and I stay in shape, and I stay there for a good portion of the time. But as well, I just take care of myself, get proper rest, eat the right way, continue to stay in shape throughout the season to prepare for the next season.
There's no longer any more off days for the professional soccer player like yourself that there might have been maybe a few years back. This is a 12-month-a-year job. You've got to keep yourself in tip-top shape, because there's other guys coming up the ladder, Ray, that really want to try and knock you off and take your position. Am I right?
There's always competition, and for myself, I thrive off competition, and you're exactly right in that sense. But you just have to, as an athlete, you just have to focus on yourself and do what you can, and everything else will take control and take shape for yourself.
Let's talk about the Houston Dynamo and you guys drawing 0-0, a real physical game, a real chippy game. But that's Houston. Houston will never give you, a minute off when you play them, and you guys battled them. A couple close calls for you guys. I thought you should have came away with the victory, but it was unfortunate. Talk about that game.
The Philadelphia Union, thought we should have came away with the victory as well. As you said, it was a very chippy game and very physical. Houston has a lot of big bodies and a lot of great athletes and soccer players. It was unfortunate that we didn't get the win, the result that we wanted, but we took some positives out of it as a team, getting the shutout, being collectively good throughout the game as a defensive unit, all the way from the forward position to the defensive position. And we're continuing to make PPL, trying to make PPL a fortress this year. That's our home stadium.
You know, Ray, watching that game, and I watched you, and I got to tell you, there's a ton of similarities in watching Corey Ashe and what you bring to the table as well. And I got to tell you, Corey Ashe to me is one of the best in MLS, a guy that was in the mix there for Team USA, might still be in the mix. But you, to me, looked a lot like Corey Ashe out there.
Corey Ashe is a great player. I've known Corey for some time now, and there's things that I do try to emulate from his game, and there's things that I feel that I bring to the table that Corey doesn't. But I definitely look at Corey as a role model, him playing left back numerous years in the league. I definitely think he's a great reference to look at, and him being stable with the Houston Dynamo and his success with the U.S. men's national team.
You know, Ray, I got to tell you, I've had Zack McMath on our show a couple times, and I think this time this guy takes a lot of abuse in the wrong way. I mean, he can make outstanding save after outstanding save and, bail out his team. And then again, you got that Philadelphia crowd. I know that they care and they're passionate, but they'll get on him. I look at him, and if I'm a defender like yourself and Aaron Wheeler, I'm confident in playing in front of Zack.
Zack does a tremendous job. It does a tremendous job for not only the whole team, but especially that back line. He communicates to us and lets us know what he sees. Sometimes as a defender, you don't see everything. Zack can see everything because he's up the middle of the field. Zack has already had 2 tremendous saves, saving 2 PKs this season, and he had a tremendous game versus Houston. And I love playing in front of Zack.
Let me tell you this, Raymond, the opportunity that I had early on in his young career to watch him in person here in Toronto, former TFC Maurice Edu, was a treat. And I knew this guy would go on to some big-time success as he did. To me, watching him early on, especially the last couple games with your club, he is the glue. He is the guy that is born to lead this team into success. Talk about playing with Maurice this season.
Playing with Maurice has been such a pleasure. He has a lot to teach you as a player. Playing at the U.S. men's national team, having the caliber that he does, he can teach you a lot. He can teach you a lot as a young player, and he's experienced and he's seasoned. And he's a two-way midfielder, and that's what I love the most about Maurice. He's already shown that he can score some goals. Got 2 goals this year, and he does the defensive work and puts in the effort, and it's relentless. And anytime you can have that in front of you as a defender, you love that.
Let's talk about the game coming up. The stakes are high. All sorts of emotions are running high on this game after the big trade and Zack McMath going over to Montreal. You guys getting Andrew Wenger. And to me, all the stage is set for both of your clubs really to bring it all, because let's be honest, you guys have done a little bit better than the Impact, but not like you would be. And the Impact have struggled all season. How important is this game for you guys coming up to get the 3 points?
It's major for us as a club. Like I said, I feel like we've gone in the right direction after getting the draw. It's not the result that we wanted initially, but this weekend's going to be major. It'll be major in the table. We get a win, we jump in the table. We're not that far off. I mean, so many people sometimes think that we're not in a good place, but if we get a win, we're in the top 3, and some results go our way.
How important is it to get the veteran Brian Carroll in the mix early on, and also Wenger and Connor Casey, another veteran, involved with Maurice Edu, so things can turn your way? How important is it to get these 4 key guys involved early?
It's majorly important to get them in a good groove, because that sets the tone for the rest of the game. But I think it's important that we all are on the same page, and we all are in a good groove with ourselves throughout the game, and it starts early and needs to start early. I think that's what's more important, that the whole team is cohesive going forward.
Now, I don't need to tell you about one of the stars in MLS, in Marco Vaio, but I'm pretty sure you guys have watched enough film, seen him many a time to know what you got to do. But I've noticed something about Marco. When you get in his cage, when you get in his grill house and you rattle him early on, I got to tell you, he's kept in check. If you don't keep an eye on him, he's deadly.
That's the case. Marco Vaio is a world-class striker, and if you give him opportunity and space, he will score. And he's shown that he can do that last season and this season as well. So we just have to play our game first and foremost, and keep a good eye on him throughout the game.
Ray, let's talk about the city of Philadelphia. Obviously, they're a wonderful sports city with the Sixers, the Phillies, the Flyers. We can go on and on. This is a city that's very demanding on its teams, and it's a city that really, it doesn't come out unless you bring a first-class product out there. I've talked with many of your teammates this year and in the past, and they know how important it is, not only for the city, but for the youth clubs in that city to get this team into the playoffs. It's one game at a time, but I'm sure before the season started, this was the goal.
Most definitely, that's the goal. To make the playoffs, it means everything, not only to our organization, but to our team and to our fans. They believe in us so much, and it would be great to bring a electric atmosphere of the playoff atmosphere to the city of Philadelphia, and that's our goal. But right now, we're taking it one game at a time. But that's the major goal, is to make the playoffs, and our fans deserve it. We deserve it, and now we just have to go out there and produce and deliver.
Raymond, let's talk about yourself a little bit before we let you go. Obviously, you grew up a little bit in Indy. That, to me, is a state, and it's a part of the USA that I think a lot of people don't understand how rich in soccer it is. And obviously, the North American Soccer League has decided to go to Indy, which is great for that area. But talk about growing up in that area. Was there a youth coach? Was there a club? Was there an experience that you'll never forget?
I think the experience that I would never forget is like you said, Indy's a very rich city. I played for a club team called Screaming Eagles, Indy Burn Eagles. And on that team was the likes of Matt Hedges, who plays for FC Dallas, Perry Kitchen, who plays for DC United. Playing with those guys growing up and playing against talents such as Rich Balkin, who plays for Real Salt Lake, and Lauren Cheney, the U.S. Women's International, is a great friend of mine, childhood friend of mine. Just being around great players in the atmosphere at the age of maybe 12 or 13 let me know that, I could play with the best as well. I have great players around me, and they really pushed me to excel, not only at the club level but at the college level. And we're all really good friends now, and we keep in good contact and keep each other motivated. Like you said, it's not one particular moment in particular, but just knowing that you grew up with some people and you worked hard with other people and they've been successful in their careers as well, it really means a lot, actually, to me.
So, Raymond, who stuck by your side through all the thick and thin? Who stuck by you when many maybe didn't believe in you? Was there a parent? Was there a youth coach? Was there a friend? Who was there to pick up the phone? Who was there to listen to you? Who was there to talk to you, to keep your head up after maybe a game that you didn't play so well?
My parents, first and foremost. Growing up as a kid, they never missed a game, whether it was coming right from work or whatever the case is. My parents, first and foremost, are my foundation and motivation even now, because they sacrificed so much for me to try to live out the dream that I wanted. And as an adult now, you really realize all that they did for you and done for you to try to be successful.
And that's what it's all about, Raymond. I'm a parent of two boys myself, and to me, it doesn't matter how much gas you have to put in that car, how far you have to travel, how many shifts of work you got to miss. But in the end, it's all about the smiles and the respect you get back from your kids. And I think your parents, seeing you play pro, that means the world to them.
I believe so, it does. It still makes them smile every chance they get an opportunity to see me play, and that's something that every time it happens, I never forget it, but it makes me internally happy.
And how grateful are you? I'm pretty sure I don't have to ask this, but I'd like to know from you, how grateful are you that you're living a dream that many American kids, many Canadian kids would love to dream and be a part of, playing professional soccer like you are, staying in some of the finest hotels, going to some of the finest restaurants, and playing the game you love and getting paid for it. How great is that? How thankful are you for you're able to do that?
I'm very thankful. It's a tremendous honor from God. I never take it for granted. I never take it for granted because I know so many people want the same opportunity, or it is their dream. I always work hard to continue to perfect my craft, but I never take it for granted, and I'm truly blessed and honored to play professional soccer.
As we close it out, Raymond, what do you want to say to the young boys out there, the young girls out there that, there's a lot of coaches out there, Raymond, that even at the young ages of 12, 13, 14, think that they're playing in a World Cup game and really destroy some of the confidence of these kids, let them sit on the bench, don't play them in situations. And there's some kids on those benches that never miss a practice, never late for a game, they give it their all, but are never given that opportunity. What do you want to say to them?
I want to say to them, stay in faith, always work hard. Their opportunity will come. When that opportunity comes, be ready and showcase your gift, showcase your talents. Always remain in a positive manner and have fun and enjoy the beautiful game, the world's game. That's what I want to say to the youth soccer players.
Well said. Raymond Gaddis of the Philadelphia Union. Have a great season. Good luck. We hope to see you in the playoffs. And when you get up here to Toronto, I'm going to be sure to make my way down there to the locker room to say hello. You're a class act. God bless and have a great season, my friend.
God bless. Thank you for having me.